as well as like where like we're not when you take out the football, basketball, the money sports, when you take out the revenue sports and you focus on the Olympic sports, the ones that aren't garnering money. Sure, people are showing up, but like you're not there's no TV contracts. No one's paying multi-million dollar contracts to watch college swimming, right? So when you think about those sports, you have to apply the same schedule to them. So how does the swim team and the field hockey team get across the country? When are they doing their schoolwork? When are they doing all of the necessary things that allow them to be a student athlete? And that's really the most interesting. I mean, part of the whole thing is that um, with NIL and with all of this, you're talking about billions and billions and billions of dollars. But when you say that, and like most people, we're only talking about two sports. We're only talking about football and basketball. There are 30 other athletic teams in most of these colleges that are affected by this, and that's where the real intrigue comes in because like I don't know the answer. Genuinely, I'm not sitting here saying I have an answer. I'm not sitting here saying I have like an inside scoop. I don't know. I don't know how this is affecting them because those kids are different. That's
I would tell
they're
you,
they're
Andrew.
grouped up into the same category of student athlete, but they're not the same. I mean, like they're not getting the same level of
I would,
exposure, and I'm not again maybe at the highest level. Sure, maybe the swim team and everything they can share the athletic academic buildings with the football team and basketball team. I'm sure that's the case. I know Penn State has an academic center specifically for student athletes. I think that was built right after I graduated. But at smaller schools, you know that's not the case. I mean, perfect example, right? James Madison and Tulane are in the college football playoff. Do you think that Ohio State, Miami, and um, we're in Oklahoma, do you think that Tulane and James Madison have the same athletic and academic buildings and facilities as those institutions? I would venture to guess and say no. So it's kind of like
nothing close. Nothing close.
hey guys, do me a favor. Check to see if you're subscribed to the channel. If you are, great. If you're not, it's super easy. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't sign you up for anything. It just helps us bring you to the insider conversations that the big networks aren't going to cover. Love you guys. Okay, back to the show. It's an obvious answer. It's an
And by the way, and by the way, both of those
when both of those
coaches left those
coaches
kids
left.
abandoned
Yes, in the middle of
right in
this.
the middle.
Insane.
Left and regretfully, one of the coaches is from Pottsville,
Mm-hmm.
Pennsylvania. I know the guy. He was, I know the guy.
He went on
He's at
stage for
UCLA now. Good guy. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that he left. He's a really good guy, and it disappointed me that those kids would play up to that level for him, and then he would just scoot out and leave him stranded like
Yeah.
that. I'm really disappointed in him. I honestly am. I'm gonna call. Look, this month I'm gonna call a couple people this month. I'm gonna call his dad and mention my displeasure with him. But getting back to the Olympic sports, right? Swimming. My daughter swam at Bucknell. She was on the swim team at Bucknell. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great experience for her. And those young ladies and men on that team were just as much together as the football team or wrestling team. Is awesome, man. Amateur athletics is awesome. And see, that's the answer to what do you do with all the NIL money that's coming in these big television contracts, right? We talked about this. I mean, we now have another 3 or 4 teams in the Big Ten that don't have wrestling and men's volleyball and don't have a big track and field team and don't have all kind of other various sports that they dropped when they instituted Title IX. So the answer, real easy answers: stop now, stop NIL now. Go back to what it was before. Come up with a formula, and I think they had a formula that was working a little bit. And that's where those California lawyers came in and started making all these suits and so forth and so on. And went and hired the lawyers. So they need to punch the lawyers in the mouth. That's what they need to do and straighten them out and say, hey, you know, we're going back to what it was before, but you know, but and it works. It really does. It worked with them just banning
Mhm.
the athletes from gambling, right? So now they need to put a stop to the NIL, and they need to take that money, spread it out with all
Mhm.
100 players, including the walk-ons, because they get their, you know what,
Yep.
every day at practice, and they're trying to earn a spot on the team, and they deserve to be respected and taken care of. You understand? And if they got so much more money, well, pay for those guys,
Mhm.
pay for that with your money for them to get a
Do the
scholarship.
right
Give them the
thing.
30, 40 grand because they're
Do the right thing.
sacrificing
Yep.
themselves to be there. Well, listen. So there's a lot to do with that money, Andrew. That's one of them. The second part of it is take care of all these Olympic sports, reinstate them. Do you understand? Get those, and me and Andrew, we harp on this, and you know
Mhm.
we're coming to a close on the show, but we harp on this. There's 60 million youth, 60 million youth in America, and there's only 400,000 opportunities in the NCAA for them to compete. So my argument is with all this money that's coming in, and you know back when they instituted Title IX, there wasn't a lot of money around. So the athletic departments cut a bunch of sports, but now there is a lot of money around. Football and basketball has become, even some of the other sports are booming.